Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Boy, these are good.
This stuff's the greatest. Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly Earth disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal moon.
You will not escape the mighty shockwave!
Hey, Mighty Shockwave! Take this!
Shit! You bitches! Get back here!
Bye-bye! Loser! You suck!
Those bitches!
Hello, female flesh creatures. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back to your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. Why? Because I am Megatron, and he is a puny weakling. Yes.
Where's my camera? Hold up. What's going on? Hold up, guys. I'm having problems with my thing. Yeah, let me just do a refresh. All right, there we go. For some reason, my camera was being weird. All right, welcome back, guys, to my messy ass table because I was lazy, didn't clean it up. So, but welcome back to another stream. I'm going to kind of continue where we kind of left off. I kind of did a little bit of work on it last night. I just did some extra little work. I threw in some Metallica blue paint. Just kind of give it a nice little shine for the buildings, but I added a little bit of a gold to the a little more to the gold on the arc there. I did some work on the base layer. I'm not really feeling it as much. Mostly like the copper, I'm not really feeling it as much, but I want to kind of get these gray areas filled in, and then kind of see how we're doing. Yeah, but we'll start with the buildings. So I'll move all my golds and all that out of the way, and then get started. And some stuff around here. Gold out of the way, and I think we'll start with doing just the blacks. Really, start with some blacks just to kind of get the shadows in first and foremost. Then we can kind of go in and add some extra details here and there. Drop all my brushes. And I'll zoom down. Turn around every time I got to use the webcam or check the camera, so bear with me. And we'll grab some black. Okay. We have enough. Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, let's use the rest of this guy, so I don't worry too much about it. What you whistling about? Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's use the other one. All right. Okay. There we go. Much better. So we'll just go quickly. We'll just do some shadows on the buildings, and then might do some silver on the tip here, so to speak. Just gonna get that out of the way. Let's see. Can I use? See, I like to save the sponge sticks that get hard, and so for lack of a better term, because you can actually get some really fine like line work with them. So I'm gonna kind of save those for then. Brushes, sponge sticks, and bigger area working. Okay. So just kind of pick our blacks, so to speak. Actually, make a proper brush. Just gonna iron this out. Okay. A little bit rougher than usual. I think probably because the spray paint was a little bubbly. I did that. It's kind of annoying, but I'm on my way. Go over there. In my way. I'm just gonna do some angled sort of shapes here. Just gonna be random with my my shadows. Just do whatever looks coolest. Kind of my my goal here. And let's do a little. Yeah, it's okay. Just doing little lines like this kind of indicates something. We can use those lines to kind of help us with the. We bring to the other colors, can use them as guidelines to where we kind of place the rest of our shades of blue. So, yeah, it's all right. Okay, fill that in a bit better. Okay, we'll move on to the sidewalls. This is the left side. So, checking the foam, making sure it doesn't warp in weird ways, because that can happen. There. Just gonna follow this line I kind of set up. So there's a bit more. Not really following any sort of specific pattern. Oh, I should probably show off when I'm painting better. There you go. Let's grab my Kind of with painting, it's kind of like the reverse almost of my usual stuff. Kind of realize that it's kind of you start from colors and then you kind of do the line work on top of it afterwards later on. It's kind of an interesting sort of process. Now, obviously, I use like kind of like a little bit of a silhouette to kind of work on this, but the actual process here is kind of like very, very much the reverse, because you usually start off by drawing it all out and then coloring it. Now it's like you're coloring it and then you're going to draw all the different like line work and stuff like that later on. Striking some of this stuff up. It's a slightly different animal than like my normal stuff, which is kind of fun. It's different. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. Should be good enough. Not sure how long we'll go for because it all kind of depends on how long this all kind of takes. I probably should have done this before, earlier this morning, but it could be a very, very short stream. It's very, very possible that you tell you eventually. Because yeah. Start from here. One. I mess with it too much. Okay. It's kind of do like a half moon almost. Half crescent moon type thing there. I guess I could work on some of this stuff. Got to start the base layers, but I'm much rather have the whole background here though finished before I do that, just because it'd be easier for me to keep track of everything. Yeah, should be good enough. Just do some extra lines. All right, good enough. Move on to the base layer. Get these gray areas kind of filled in. And then, yeah, we'll see. Oh, we can still work on the arc a little bit. We've got that silver bit. So we can just do that after this. Yeah, it could be a very, very close stream. Like, this is kind of like the pros and cons of doing a. It's kind of the problem with doing these streams is that half the time you're just waiting for paint to dry. So you get big burst. What the hell is this? See when this happens. There's bubbles. Might have picked the wrong guy here. There we go. The Venom symbiote. Jesus. All right, well, we'll work with that for now. Stick and some brush. Just for the hard to reach places. Okay. So all these gray areas we're going to fill in with this metallic color. See if I like it. If not, we'll do something different. I'm thinking about replacing the gold copper here with something else. Maybe go back to gold or something. Let's see. Maybe if I get some wash going on and some dry brushing with some weathering might actually improve it. Let's see. Be sure you can see. Yep. Just checking. I'll leave the edges there. There. I haven't really done a Cybertronian environment in a while. They're really hard to do, actually. The more I think about it, it's like you kind of run the risk of doing it, making it look too cartoony. That's why I kind of added, like when I did the Galvatron shelf and the Shockwave shelf, is I kind of add different breakups of colors. So I did like purples, did different shades of purple though. Problems I don't have a whole lot of orange and yellows to kind of work with right now, so kind of just doing what I got, using what I got. Leave that one alone. Side. It's fucking windy outside. Really fucking windy. been like that all night, all last night. It's like Jesus, expecting a tornado at some point. Actually, I'm disappointed if I don't see one. I've actually seen one before, actually, but where I live, so at least something interesting to happen around here. Yeah. All right. I think we'll stick with this plan with the copper. Do the wash, do dry brushing, and if I don't like it, I'll switch to the color and just kind of go over it all over again. It shouldn't be too hard to do, honestly. But yeah. I might have done something similar when I did the first shelf here. I just went all gold on it. Might have. It's been a while. So, hey. Let's see. I'll work it on better. It's my knee. So. Let's try this bit here. Okay, let's start this one. Yeah, a little thicker brush. So good. I should probably save the fancy ones for later on. Sure. Choose my shade for this part. But yeah, it's really kind of difficult to kind of do Cybertron environments and not make them look goofy. Because you're working with figures that are very expensive, and you kind of want to display them in a way. And, as much as I love the cartoon, it's like sometimes the environments kind of look a little goofy, or in real life they look kind of goofier than they might have looked in your head, And so if I was just do a whole wall just orange, it would just kind of look, I don't know, wouldn't look as good to me. So it's like that's why I kind of added metallic paint instead of just like going like the typical orange, because I kind of adds a bit more of like a realistic edge to it. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Bottom half here. Grab as much as I can reach, and then fill in the gaps. I think last time I just went all gold though when I was kind of having problems with the bronze or whatever. So I don't know. Actually, yeah, I kind of had this as bronze earlier, and I kind of just went over it with some gold. And actually, I think that kind of looks pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of a mix almost. So might just do that for the bronze if I don't really like it as much. But or the copper, I mean. Copper, bronze, it's all the same to me. Okay. Okay, a little too far there. It's okay. It's okay. All right, let's spin you around to the other side. Oh, I should probably touch up this edge here. There, yeah, clear it out afterwards. Okay. Too much. It's okay. We pass it off as weathering. It's supposed to be a war-torn planet, so we kind of get away with more. I'll leave it. Just kind of getting the big chunks with a brush, and then or with the sponge stick, and then kind of going with the brush afterwards on top of it, or to fill in the gaps. That's our plan here. I get on my buildings. Some of them are dry, and there's some little pockets that are still wet though, so I can't really do much with it. So we'll just do the little detail on the arc base, and I guess we'll see how we're doing with this. I guess I could do a wash. It's all said and done. Yeah, I could just do the wash base. Let's finish up here. Oh. Grab the brush. Start by grabbing all these areas. Get them out of the way. I need more paint. We're low. Hearing some good things about the Spider-Man movie that just came out, but I'm kind of conflicted on whether or not I want to see it. Because on one hand, I want to see John Bernthal's Punisher and the Hulk. I mean, it's all three of my favorite superhero Marvel characters: Hulk, Punisher, and Spider-Man in one movie. It's like, ideally, I should be excited, but I'm just like, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'll see it. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm at the point now where I just don't really care as much about Marvel movies. Like, there used to be a point where I actually was really excited about the movies, but now I'm just like, if they come, they come, But I don't really. I think the days of me viewing them as like the next big epic, it was kind of just gone. So I'm just kind of like, it's kind of like a roller coaster right now for me when it comes to that stuff. It's just like, just get on the roller coaster, have your fun, and then kind of just go home. Like, that's kind of my feeling towards Marvel and DC. DC, I'm just kind of just like straight up done with. Like, I just do not care anymore at all about their films. I just don't think they understand any of the characters they have there. It's because they don't hire people who understand the characters at all. Like, they hire people like Zack Snyder, who doesn't understand DC characters. You got James Gunn, clearly doesn't understand DC characters. Like, it's like they all just don't understand. It's like there's a bunch of idiots. Don't really understand the characters, and they don't understand why nobody wants their version of the characters. So, like the problem is that they change the characters so much, and then it's just like they expect us to care about it. It's like people didn't grow up on stuff like the Justice League cartoons. It's like, it's like if you have Martian Manhunter like not being present, in the Battle of Man of Steel, even though he was there, technically that soldier dude or that general or whatever his name was. So if you have, it's like, what's he doing? It's like these are not like DC characters at all. It's like they're all like inactive half the time when we first meet them. It's just like, no, it's like why can't they be actual heroes, like going around and doing hero shit? It's like all just cowards. It's like, and the films reward them for being cowards. It's like, no, it's like, I don't want to follow this guy. I don't want to follow this version of Batman who kills and does all this stuff. It's like, fuck you. It's like, yo, asshole. I don't care what the story is. You're an asshole. It's like, if you're an asshole from the beginning, I don't care. You go from there. So, yeah. See, the thing is, I'm actually, but to be fair, I'm actually more excited for the Spider-Man movie than I am. More interested in, rather, for the Spider-Man movie than I am for the Avengers movie. Just don't really understand the whole point of the Avengers movie. It's like the whole point of like having Robert Downey Jr. as being Doctor Doom. Like, it's like, is he gonna? It's like, it's I don't know, just the only reason I would go see it is just kind of just understand where they're going with Doctor Doom. That's about it. Like, not really because I'm really interested in the film. I'm just kind of confused, like what direction they're going in, and why they chose to go that route instead of just having another actor play Doom, just have him be regular Doctor Doom. Understand having all this multiverse crap to do it. It's like, so, it's like I think it's time they just hit the reboot. I think they are hitting the reboot button after like Secret Wars or whatever. But like, I feel like they should hit the reboot button after Endgame. To be honest, like, just like, look, you have Spider Man. Well, you kind of have Spider Man, but you have like X Men. You have Fantastic Four. It's just like you have everything you need to rebuild the cinematic universe. It's like, in a way where you don't have to, play around, and mess. It's like you have all the X Men. You have all the Fantastic Four. It's like just reboot and start over. It's like I don't understand why we can't just do that. But yeah, what do I know? I think like part of it comes down to is people just don't want to get rid of the actors and stuff, like the old actors. I'm just like, dude, just let them go. It's like they're gonna get old eventually. It's like Thor isn't Chris Hemsworth. Thor is Thor. Captain America isn't Chris Evans. It's like they're more than the actors. So it's like, seems like the people. I feel like people put too much emphasis on the actors. I mean, not it's not meant to be kind of disparage like the actors themselves. Like, you know, it's just the refusal to move on that I can have an issue with. So there's been a million Batman. There's been a million Spider-Man. Like, why can't we have a million Captain Americas going on? It's like, I don't know. All right, I think we're pretty much good to go. We got let that dry for a bit, and then I'll do my wash. Fill this in a bit better. The main reason I'm not really interested in the MCU now is like 'cause they got rid of all the characters I liked, anyways. It's just like, I mean, I liked Fantastic Four enough. It just like, aside from like, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, I just didn't think he was like a good fit for that role. But like, just don't really. Maybe if I watched, I haven't seen some of the newer stuff, so that's probably why. But it's like, I don't know. Haven't brought myself to care enough. That's my main problem. It's like, I don't know. Not sure how I feel about the gray I'm going with, but we'll do the wash and see if that makes me feel any differently about it. And I might just go back and just do some gold on top of the gray instead. If I don't like it. as much, so but we can just swap these. And it's still drying, so we'll probably be calling it quits for a little bit. Some of them might be a little with, but some probably. Yeah, I'll just work around it then. It's fine. Okay. Blue yesterday. And where's my? There we go. Okay. Just get a little bit of silver. We're just gonna kind of fill in the tip here, sort of. And gotta be very, very careful. Just kind of decide where I want to start it. Okay. Not sure I'll use this brush. Use this guy. And nope. Trying to look for like a flat brush to use. Problem is my brushes are all banged up. Maybe. Yeah. That might work. All else fails, I can just kind of clean it up, actually. I'll just use my Poshkas for this, actually. Let's see if I can make that work. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. More control here. Ooh. Might have screwed myself. Yeah, let's leave it alone for now. I'll come back with some paint instead. Yeah. Thought that would make sense, but I'll keep that level. Somehow. Just leave it alone. Let's do some little bit of work on the buildings then, while we're waiting. Gee, these ones I can probably do some work with, like the yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, might as well. Let's go for it. Just use this on the gap. And just trying to make sure. So I'm using kind of like a color shift paint. It's kind of like a goldish kind of black. So I think that kind of make for a kind of an interesting sort of look here. Yeah, I'll probably go in with an extra black layer, just kind of add a bit more to the chasm here. I'll just kind of fill this in if you have the time for it. It's not really in the way of anything. That's kind of the main reason I didn't want to touch the bottom here, but since it's not really part of the line here, I'll just kind of do it. It's kind of up and away, so I can just kind of do these. Now pull out some blue. She's kind of cool looking in person, anyways. Yeah, I think we'll just do gold for the rest of it once I get the buildings all done. So I'll just do like the basic sort of paints. Like once all the basic colors are done, I'll just kind of go through and do this, get all the big, kind of get the big areas kind of painted in first, and then kind of go back in, just do some touch ups, like add some extra little details like lighting and stuff like that. Because I did like little dots and stuff like that on the Galvatron shelf. It kind of added just like a nice little extra layer of detail. Like kind of looked like lights turned on or something like that in the buildings or whatever you want to call those lights that you would see on the buildings and stuff. You know. Cybertron City. So let's grab this guy and just do the same thing. Once it's dry, we'll do we'll do kind of a nice little shadow black, just kind of make it more realistic, I suppose, or make it stand out a bit more. If I have enough paint, don't have to use too much. I'm trying to find an excuse to use this paint, to be honest. It's where it all kind of stems from here. So I've had it for like a long time, I think. Just never used it. Thin that out, and then just kind of brush into the side. Okay, so do some details on the buildings, and then I'll do my wash on the base layer, and I think that'll probably be it for this stream today. Because the wash, I need to kind of let that dry for a whole day almost. Sometimes depends on how long it takes. And for those who don't know, wash is basically you take paint, you squirt it into water, and then you kind of just brush that into the whatever you're painting, and then it kind of adds like a nice sort of a weathering effect. So that's what I'm trying to do, but we'll do that at the very end because that takes the longest to dry and all that. So. All right, so let's do something different. We'll do it aqua color. And just grab a smaller brush. Not a smaller brush, but a thinner brush. And I'll go like this. Pull out some of my smaller brushes. Teeny tiny, Jesus. Let's use one of these guys instead. Yeah, that's better. Just kind of thin that out a bit more. Just make sure you can see that. Yeah. Okay. Any mistakes I make, I can just tidy up with a pen, so I'm not too worried about making little blemishes here and there. Okay. Let's do that. Go from this way. So mess with this stuff. It's kind of cool how it works. And it goes from black to gold and just paint. Looks kind of interesting. It'll work for what I'm going for. So I suppose. Either I'm just coping. Yeah. I kind of find with the key to kind of doing these ones is kind of just do less. You know, if that makes sense. Like less is more is kind of like the idea. So if you try to overcomplicate like the backgrounds for like a Cybertron one, I think that I just kind of prefer the more silhouetted look. I just think it kind of looks more mysterious and more. It also kind of makes more sense, you know, because you wouldn't see a whole lot of detail on a building like that's really far away. You just kind of see like little blemishes, little color, but it mostly kind of be it's usually when you see like a building in real life or a big skyscrapers in real life and they're far away. Normally you just kind of see this kind of like blue almost, like this kind of blue silhouette of the building. You don't really see all the little tiny details, so you just want to kind of keep things really simple when you're painting them or drawing or what have you. So. And the whole purpose of the diorama is to display the figures, not so much look pretty in itself. Now, if you could do both, then you're a winner. But the main purpose is to make the figures look good. That's kind of like the whole purpose behind this. So. We're good. Move on to the other side. It's also kind of acting as a highlight almost, the teal here. And this kind of helps, make the darker colors kind of pop out a bit more. You just have these little highlights going through. No big black paint. Still drying, so just keep going. That should be good enough. Okay. I'll leave that alone. That's good enough. I think that's all it takes, just a little bit of extra detail, just a little pop of color. It's kind of enough to make it shine. Yeah, good enough. And let's see. Let's work on these ones. Yeah, the Posca ink's not really moving anywhere, so crazy. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. And we'll try to fix that up. Um, but I don't know, it might just be better just to kind of let it dry and then go back and fix it later. But luckily, I have tomorrow off, so I can probably do some more work on this if I don't finish tonight. Yeah, I don't really see. I don't know if I'll be able to finish tomorrow either, though. Yeah, we'll see. So I might do some stuff, work on it later tonight. And if I feel like it's worth streaming tomorrow, then I will. Because sometimes I just do some of the stuff off air, and it's like, you know, basically on the verge of being done. So it's like there's no real point to stream if there's nothing to really stream. You know? Like I usually try to do like tedious stuff that you know, before I stream, but I didn't have time to do that this morning, so we're just kind of doing that stuff right now. But like big things, like kind of like spreading paint around, kind of waiting for things to dry. Adding details like this, I can do on a stream. It's just sometimes it just takes. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing doing these diorama streams because there's a lot of like waiting periods. Good enough. Sometimes too much is too much. Yeah, it's still dry. I think I'll just let that dry. Don't want to risk like smearing it everywhere. The silver bits here still drying. Should have used paint. That was dummy. Oh well. I thought the Poshka might have worked better just because it might have been more easier thing to kind of control, but I think I'm just wait. Let it dry, use a brush. But yeah, I might end up finishing the whole back wall here off air. Um, Waiting for this to dry because all I have to do is like kind of wait for this to dry and then just add maybe a few extra little details. And that's about it. I think I'm gonna almost call it quits almost on these buildings. Obviously, I have to go back in with the Poshka and kind of detail it up a bit more, but with like a black pen or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I'm pretty satisfied with the buildings. I don't have to really do a whole lot. I don't know, maybe I'll add extra blue. Just kind of tidy up some of the teal here I'm adding, but I think I'm good with it. that's about it for that. Yeah, I'll kind of let that dry, and we'll do our wash, and then that'll be, I think that'll be it for the night. At least for the stream, anyways. Probably work on it tonight. Just put it here on the bottom. You know what? I'll leave the. Thinking in my head. Ooh, shoot. Okay. So the base layer, we're just gonna go ahead and do a wash. Grab my water cups. One of my water cups. That's two. One for cleaning brushes, and then one or kind of soaking brushes, and then the other for a wash. And I'll try to use my bigger brush. So I'm running out of sponge sticks, so. Okay. She's a big one. It's a big one for it. So, and I need my black. Usually I'll just go for a black, and for this one, I'll just kind of keep it that way. And I use the crappiest brush I got to stir it. And mix the paint in, and then go. Yeah, pull up that, and let's go to town. Just drop it in there. Okay. So it's a very long reach here. You can see a big arm. So I need two washes, to be honest. We'll see. Something else. Not sure my gold picks were the best, but I'll make it work. Dig it into there. Don't be afraid to kind of leave these big glumps of black water. It'll work out really nicely. Trust. I'm just letting it get all big and clumpy. Sometimes you gotta be careful though. If you do too much, because it can remove the paint if you're not careful. If you just do too much. But luckily, I added a primer underneath, so it should be fine. But I can always go back in with the dry brush and kind of just, just enhance the weathered effect. If that doesn't work, then we kind of just start over with the colors that aren't working and save all the colors that do work. It's kind of my goal. Anyways, let's dig into the foam. I don't have to lay it on too thick, otherwise it'll take forever to dry. Try to thin that out as much as we can. Look at these edges here. Not really doing so good. Okay. Okay, and I'm just kind of go through and try and thin that out as much as I can. What my dry brushing, I might do another layer. This dries early on. Just want to thin that out. Come back to it later. Okay, good enough. All right, that's going to do it for me, guys. Went for about an hour and 30. Not too bad. We got quite a bit done, though. We got some of the buildings pretty much almost done. Just got to do some extra little work, line work on them, little extra details. But probably moving on tomorrow. We'll probably do the bottom half of all the back and side walls, and then we'll continue where we left off with this guy. Hopefully, this thing is turning out the way I want it to. So far, it's not. I'm not really sure if I like the colors or not, so I might change it up at some point, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. So, take care, everybody.